Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another Arca Garage video. Today we're gonna be doing a carbon fiber headlights with angel eyes on Alfa Romeo Giulietta. I'm gonna speed up the first two steps. If you want to check them out in detail, I'll put links in the description below. Now that I got the headlight apart, I can finally move on to modifications. We can't really do that main headlight piece in real carbon fiber. That's why I'm gonna send it off to get hydro dipped. In the meantime, I'm gonna modify the rest of the parts. Alright, so next I'm gonna remove this plastic from the lens. You can see this clip right here. There are three of them which go around, so we got one more right there and one at the bottom. So I'm just gonna pull them up like that. And now I can pull this plastic piece off. Alright, so these rings are gonna be painted in the dark gray, but before I do that, I'm gonna put these angel eyes over them, and I'm gonna figure out where I need to drill the hole for the wiring. Now you can see that this is a perfect fit, and it leaves me a little bit of room to put some glue behind it. So you can see that we got the marking right here for the top, and I'm gonna go to the opposite side and I'm gonna drill the hole right here for the wiring. As I said before, I'm gonna paint these rings in gray. Now they are not gonna really be visible, but I want to get rid of this fake chrome. I'm gonna scrub them down using this pad, and I'm gonna move on to painting. First, I'm gonna add a layer of plastic primer, and then I'm gonna move on to paint. I'm also gonna drill a small hole here for the wiring for the angel eyes, and I'm basically just gonna put some automotive silicone to prevent any water from getting in. I got the inserts back, however I do want to put my own touch on them, so I'm gonna add Alfa Romeo lettering on them. Now I choose the red because the car is red. Whether you want to follow that or not, that's up to you, but I think that it is kinda a good match. Now let's check out how it came out. And here is the closer look. I think that this is gonna look great. Now it's time to put the angel eyes onto these painted rings. I'm gonna guide the wiring through this hole, and essentially I'm just gonna glue the rings onto these plastic pieces. The one thing that I gotta warn you about, I bought these angel eyes. They are specially made for Alfa Romeo Giulietta, however they weren't the right fit. I had to take some material from the inside of the rings so they can fit onto these plastic trim pieces. Before I put the headlights back together, I gotta make sure that everything is working properly, so I mounted them on without the lens, and man, they look stunning. From every angle, this insert really stands out, and I really do like how the angel eyes are not really protruding out. You can see that they are tucked inside the headlight itself. Here's the one on the right side. It came out looking great, and it would be nice if they could be mounted without the lens. Here's the view from the front. I really do like how the darker color headlights look on Giulietta. I want to show you how the angel eyes look, but the camera can't really do them justice because they are simply too bright. Now we're gonna move on to wiring and putting the headlights back together. While we are here, I'm also going to show you how I'm going to reseal the headlights. So I got my rubber butyl right here. I've heated it up just a little bit so it's nice and workable. And I can actually see how soft this is, and this is going to be perfect for resealing these headlights. Now the goal here is to place this strip inside this plastic channel, and you can go either too thin or too thick. If you stretch it out too much, that is a potential spot where the water could get in. Again, if you apply it on too thick, you'll have trouble putting the lens back on, so you gotta find the happy middle. So just make sure that you got the unified strip. Even if you like overstretch it, just go back and put a little bit more. It is a forgiving material. Now after I apply this all around the headlight, I'm gonna put the headlight back in the box. I'm gonna heat it up again for about 10 minutes at 100 degrees so it gets soft, and I'm gonna put the lens back on. Alright, so I'll put the headlights back together. Now it's time to get the power for the angel eyes, and for that I'm gonna use this fuse box under the hood. Now people usually just use the parking lights to get the power, however this car doesn't have them, so you can use this kind of relay to do your own combination. You can basically take the signal from low beam headlights, from daily running lights and things like that, and you can do your own combination. I'm gonna take a simpler approach. I'm basically just gonna use this fuse right here from the 12-volt socket in the boot. I'm gonna put a piggyback fuse on it, and that's where I'm gonna get the power for my angel eyes. Just to be clear here, they are gonna be on every time I put the key into the on position, and I'm doing that because it's required by law to have some kind of lights on at all times in my country. So those were the two positive wires that I hooked up to my piggyback fuse. Now these are the two negative wires, and I just gotta say, due to the proximity of the left headlight, I didn't want to splice the wires. I just hooked them up like this. Okay, so here's how I connected the angel eyes. I basically used these connectors. So this side is hooked up to the angel eyes themselves, and this is where we get the power and ground. Alright, here is another look at the headlights with the lens on. It's raining outside, so this kind of good test just to see if I sealed everything properly. And again, I gotta admit that the headlights came out looking amazing. Here's how the car looks from the front, and now I'm gonna do the DIY eyebrows and we're gonna check out the look again. Alright, so I'll put those eyebrows back on the headlights, and you can see that the car looks mean. Now the lighting is not ideal here, so the footage is not the best, but I'm really happy with the results. Anyway, that would be all for this video. I hope you find it useful. If you did, hit that like button and support our channel by subscribing and by sharing our content with the rest of Alfa.